So ITC has recently announced dividends. Just yesterday, they announced dividends, and the dividends is like rupees 10.15 per share, and the dividend will be paid on 8 September. And if you want these dividends, then you have to buy a stock before 8th July, because on 8th July, I mean, it's the record date on which books will be closed. So you have to buy the stock before 8 July if you want the dividend, like 10.15 rupees per share. And this at this, I mean, whatever dividend they are giving, 10.15, the dividend yield at current price is close to 5%. Right? That's quite good. I mean, 5% dividend yield. Now let's first look at the business portfolio of ITC. So they are mostly into five different divisions. They have five different divisions: FMCG, hotels, I mean packaging and paper boards, agribusiness, and information technology. In FMCG, they have five divisions again: cigarettes, foods, personal care, education and stationery, safety matches, and incense stick. And of course, they have hotels business. They have like ITC hotels. They also do packaging work. I mean, I mean paper works and packaging work. And they also produce paper and build notebooks from them. They have agri business also, and at last, information technology. Now you will think that all these business are not connected, but they are connected indirectly. So if you see the FMCG business, they require raw materials like for their food items, Asirvad atta, for biscuits, and for many other, they need raw materials. So through their agri business, they can outsource, basically source those raw materials directly from the farmers. Now, these all these items like biscuits or any other here in the FMCG, they also require packaging. That's for that they also have their packaging division. And information technology is always required, right? You always want an IT integrated environment, right? Then you have hotels. So you will think how hotels are helping them. So in hotels, what they can do is if they create a new food item, let's say new biscuit or anything, I mean new, I will say atta itself, right? Or new Maggie, anything. What they can do is they can source these items to the hotels. I mean, and the hotels, when the guests arrive, they can taste these items. They can provide it in the menu. They can test it, and they can provide their feedback on that. So agribusiness, I told you how that is helping. So basically, they have e-chopper initiative, and this e-chopper initiative helps farmers in increasing their profits. Like they give support to farmers, and for indirectly for them, what happens is they can buy from these farmers at very low cost, and they are also buying directly. So other competitors may not be buying it directly from the farmers. In that case, for the competitors, the price increases for the raw materials. For ITC, it's quite, I mean, less in compared to the competitors. And also the quality that they get is quite good because they are helping the farmers by providing various inputs like how to grow this, when to grow, and seeds and fertilizers, everything. They are providing the support. So the quality of the, I mean, the raw materials here also is quite good, and that will help them in Asirvad Atta. I mean, like how they are sourcing the wheat directly from the farmers and packaging this and selling that. They are also the biggest exporter of agriculture commodities like tobacco leaves. So this is also there in the agribusiness. Let's look at the brand, world-class brands. So they have Sunfist, Asirvad, Bingo, EP Maggie, B Naturals, Dark Fantasy, Mom's Magic, Candyman. In personal care, if you see, they have Flama, Vivels. These are soaps and body wash. Engage is there, Savlon is there, Classmate notebooks, Mangaldeep Agarbatti, and ITC MasterChef. So these are all their brands which they have created over long term. And if you see like how much each brand earns, so Asirvad earns around 4,500 crores every year. Sunfist earns close to 3,800 crores per year. EP and Classmate both earns close to 1,000 crores per year. Bingo nearly earns 2,500 crores, and Vivel, Mangaldeep, and Candyman each earns around 500 crore each year. So they have created a lot of good brands, and the total consumer spend on these brands is close to 18,000 crores. In brand leadership, if you see Asirvad Atta, I mean Asirvad brand is number one. Sunfist again is number one in cream biscuits. Bingo is number one in snacks food. Classmate is number one in notebooks. EP is number two in noodles. Engage is number two in deodorants. Flama is number two in body wash. And Mangaldeep is number one in dhoop segment and number two in agarbattis. So everywhere, if you see, in most of the brands, like the brands which are over 500 crores, they are number one or number two. And they also have branded packaged portfolio that I already told you, right? They have a food division, and here you have like Asirvad Atta, Asirvad Ghee, Asirvad Rice, and everything. I mean, then biscuits, snacks, and everything is there through this. Be Naturals, everything. And I think that this segment is emerging segment for ITC. They are expanding it a lot. Like they are entering into milk, into paneer and rice, dal, everything. I mean, they are trying to basically outsource this from farmers and then try to basically create the product and package it and sell it. So they are expanding a lot. I mean, they're very aggressive in this segment. So let's look at you can see the aggressiveness from this. Like this is the rapid scale of their FMCG business. It has grown from in 2006, the revenue was only 1700 crores from FMCG business. This is excluding cigarettes. These are not include cigarettes. From 1704 crores, it's close to 12,505 crores now. I mean the revenue at a CAGR of close to 12%. Right? That's quite good. Now let's look into the numbers from their financial report that I got. So I will just look at this number here, 12 months ended 31/03/2020, because this is for the last 1 year, 1920. So if you see here, they have earned close to, from cigarettes, they are earning close to 20,000 crores of revenue. From other FMCG that I told you, right? The food segment, personal care and notebooks and everything, they are earning close to 12,000. Okay, this only includes the personal care and the food segment, not the others. They earn close to 12,844 crores, right? You can see here. And total from this FMCG, they earn 34K crores, 34,000 crores. From hotels, the revenue is 1,800 crores. From agribusiness, 10,000 crores, quite good. From papers, packaging, they have 6,000. So total is close to total revenue is close to 52,000 crores. And then if you see the results, the profit, this is the issue here. Most of the profits are still contributed by the cigarettes business. So cigarette business contributes 15,000 crores of profit, and the other FMCG business of food and personal care, they are contributing only 423 crores of earnings. That's quite less, right? On the revenue of 13,000 crores, they are just giving you 423 crores of profit. So total FMCG profit, if you see, is around 15,000 crores, right? And from other segment also, profit is not quite good. From hotels, they earn very less, 157 crores. From agribusiness, 788 crores. And from papers, 1305. So total profit is close to 17,000 crores. But out of the 17,000 crores, they are getting 15,000 crores from cigarettes profit itself. Like 85 to 90% of the profits they are getting from cigarettes itself. So that's why the market has been unhappy about this. And of course, look at the gross turnover. That means how much revenue they get from each segment. So FMCG, they get from cigarettes, now they get only 45%. Initially, they used to get around 80% from this. Now they have, decreased their dependence on cigarettes for revenue, not for profits. So 45% from cigarettes. From branded packaged food products, 21%. From others like personal care and others, 6.23%. From hotels, only 3.65% of the revenue comes from hotel, very less amount. From agriculture business, 13.42%. From papers and packaging, if you see, it's close to 8.22%. So that's the segmental breakup of the revenue, how much revenue they get from each segment. And they have been giving a lot of good dividends from last 10-20 years. So if you see, they have been increasing the dividends, right? If you see, initially they were giving 634 crores as dividends. Now, sorry, this is tax, sorry. If you see here, dividends in crores, it was 3,000 crores in 2010. Total dividends now paid is 7,000 crores. So they have doubled the dividend amount. So if this keeps on happening, let's after 10 years, again it doubles to 14,000 crores, you get a lot of dividend from ITC. And now they are, so this last year it was only 5.75. This year it's 10. They have doubled almost the dividends. Let's look at the margins and profit from each segment. So if you see here, this is regarding the first one is regarding the margins. Second table is regarding the profits. So margin, if you see, they have very good margins from the FMG cigarette business. I mean, 2019 it was 67% margin from this. I'm close 70% margin from cigarette business. Now look at the margins from FMCG others. That is their personal care and the food segment division. Quite less, right? It was negative initially. Now at least it's positive and it's increasing. That's a good sign. It is increasing now. It's close to 3%. From agri-business, it's quite stable at 10-11% mostly, the margins. From packaging business, around 20%, quite a stable margin. From others, I don't know what the other segment here, but hotels, if you see, again, the margins are not quite good, 10-11%, and it keeps on fluctuating. Now, if you see the profit amount from each segment, of course, most of the profits, I mean 15,000 crores profit, most of the profit from cigarettes, only 400 crores of profit from FMCG, because this is the margin is quite less here, 3% only, right? And from agri-business, they have 800 crores, from packaging, they have 1200 crores, right? So good amount of profits from them. Let's look at the return on capital employed and also the capital employed amount. And I forgot to tell you this, the from where I have taken this. So I have taken this from the Screener premium version that they have. I have subscribed to their premium version, and it's actually good when you want to get the product. I mean, breakup of this like segments. That's quite good here. So that's why I have taken them. And if you see here, ROC, if you see for the cigarettes business, it's quite good, right? I mean, 388% is their return on capital employed, right? So that's the return on investment on these cigarettes. I mean, cigarettes does not require much capital now. Just, I mean, they get a lot of profit from this segment, cigarette segment, without allocating much capital, additional capital to it. Now look at the FMCG others, that is the food and personal division, food items and the personal care. Of course, here they deploy a lot of capital. Initially, the return on capital employed was negative when the profits was negative, but actually it's positive now and it is increasing. That's a good sign. Again, the agri-business is also quite stable, quite good return on capital employed. In papers also it's quite good. So in other business, the return on capital employed is good. In hotels, it's not given here, but in hotels they have less return on capital employed. And if you see the total capital employed, how much capital they employed in each business, if you see in FMCG cigarettes, they do not employ much capital, around 4,000 crores. But in the food segment, like that is FMCG others, that is food segment and personal care, they are deploying a lot of capital, 6,000 crores of capital this year, I mean last year. In agribusiness also, they are aggressive and deploying a lot of capital. In papers, packaging, like they have done some capex and around 6,000 crores of capital there. Hotels also, they're aggressive, they're expanding. But on the hotels, the margins and the return on capital employed is very less, but they are still expanding into that. So this is the CAGR, I mean the numbers for last 10 years from 2008-9 to 2018-19. So net revenue has increased by 11%, profit before tax by 14%, profit after tax by 14%, capital employed has increased by 15%, market capitalization, that means the shareholder returns, is close to total shareholder is close to 20%, including dividends. So that's quite good in the last 10 years. Sensex has only given 15% return, and this ITC has given 20% return in the from 2008 to 2019. Now let's do the fundamental analysis of this stock. Now you understand how ITC makes money, what are their brands, and also like what are the numbers for each of these brands, like how much revenue they get from cigarettes, how much revenue they get from FMCG other business, that is personal care and food business, food division, how much they get from agriculture business, how much they get from packaging business. So now you get the idea. Now let's do a fundamental analysis of this stock. So market capitalization is close to 2.4 lakh crores. It's a part of Nifty 50 company. Price to earning is only 16 now. In last 5-year average is close to 30. So during the COVID crash also it has fallen a lot. And even before COVID crash, it was still falling. I mean, because the tax was announced, I mean, additional tax was announced in this budget for cigarettes because of that. They do not have any debt, right? That's quite good. I mean, zero debt company. Promoter holding is 0%. So you will think it's negative, but they have a very good professional management. And also like LIC and many other government companies do hold good stake in this. So, I mean, they have like good ownership from government and other foreign institutions. even from mutual funds also. So dividend yield is close to 5% this year, and they have decided to basically distribute 80 to 85% of their money to the shareholders through dividend in the future. Cash profits is close to 12,000 crores every year. That's the cash they generate. Return on capital employed is good around 34%. And this is also quite good. I mean, so this is like current assets for them for this year. I mean, till this March 31st, 2020. So if you see the total investment amount that they have is worth 17,000 crores, right? So that, I mean, basically current assets means if they sell this, they can get the money back in just in 1 year. So they can sell all these assets in 1 year. So if you see investments, 17,000 crores they have. Cash, I mean, in the bank, if you see, they have around 6,200 crores of, I mean, money. So they have very good total current assets. If you see, is close to 36,000 crores. So basically, in 1 year, they can get this 36,000 crores of money directly, I mean, if they want. But of course, they will not, because there's some investment they would have done, right, in fixed deposits of other banks and everything. So they are also returning 6% of returns. So that's quite good. So this is a share price chart for ITC. You will not find it quite good. I mean, I will say it was quite good. As you saw the numbers from 2008 to 2019, the return was 20%. But if you go back to, let's say here, around 2013, right? From 2013 almost, 2012, 13 to today, the returns has been flat, almost no returns. If you see, excluding dividend, you do not have got any returns actually. Actually, it's a negative return if you see, because in 2013, the price was close to 250. Now it's, I mean, 200, below 200. So it's quite negative returns. So, but you will think that, okay, then why I should buy this stock when the returns are negative for like last 7-8 years? But you should also see that the fundamentals are still quite good. Their profits and sales are increasing a lot. Only the FMCG business, I mean, the FMCG other business, the margins are also increasing in that, and return on capital employed is also increasing in that. So I think in the next coming years, that profit from this segment, I mean the personal care and the food division, should increase in the future. And also ITC, the issue is with the taxation on cigarettes. Because of that also, the price has been quite flat for many years, because in every budget people fear that, I mean, additional tax will be imposed, and that always happens. I mean, the ITC stock price goes down. I mean ITC stock has a lot of demand on the budget day. So this is my view on this. I do not expect much growth from cigarette business, of course. I don't expect much growth, mostly flat growth, or maybe some 5%, 10% decline mostly, because there has been a lot of sale of illegal cigarettes in India, and that is causing some issues for ITC. So they're talking with the government on that, but I'm just expecting almost flat growth from this cigarette business. I think FMCG and agri business, I think they should be the growth driver for it in the future, because if you see FMCG and agri business, right? FMCG, they're expanding a lot. They're aggressive on this. Agri business also, they're expanding a lot. They're helping farmers, and they're trying to export their whatever they produce to the other countries, so they can earn good money from them. Also, management aims to make the FMCG business more profitable in next 3 years. That is the food segment business and the personal care. They're trying to make it more profitable in the 3 years. Valuation, I think, is cheap at current price of 16 and dividend yield of 5%. Historically, it was like I told you, PE was 30. So I think it will go back to 30 after some time, when some profits start increasing for the FMCG business. Because market still sees it as a cigarettes company, because 85% of its profit is still contributed by the cigarette business. That's why if the percent contribution of the food division and personal care division increases in the earnings, right? In that case, it should get re-rating. I mean, re-rating is possible in the future. And also it has a lot of cash to expand in FMCG and agri business. So it does not have like, it has a very good cash. As you saw, right? It has 36,000 of crores of cash directly. I mean, in 1 year, it can sell it and get that cash. So I am invested in this stock, and this is like my highest allocation. I've done the highest allocation in this stock in my portfolio, ITC, and I've invested into this. So I think, yeah, that's all for this video. And if you have any feedback about ITC, do provide it in the comments. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.